Hello, this is Brittany with SLPMaterialGirl.com, here to introduce the Articulation Workbook, or the L sound. In today's video, I just want to go over what's included in your purchase and maybe give some tips and tricks along the way on how to manage this digital material. Let's get started. Okay, so when you first make your purchase, you're going to receive an L zip file like this. Everything's zipped up, compressed small so that it can send to you easily. But before you go ahead and click into any of these materials, you're going to want to extract all. Once you extract them, it's going to look like this. It's going to be unzipped, larger file sizes. And the reason you want to do that is so that you can save things, change them, rename them. They won't just be read-only files. So go ahead and do that, and then you can start clicking into whatever you want and start using it. All right. I have everything open for us to look at. Let's start by looking at the L flashcards. This took me a while to compile all these nice printable flashcards. They're nice, they're colorful. There's 125 of them. It's L in initial, medial, and final position. So nice little colorful flashcards for you to target with your students L at the word level. I have some pointers here. I would recommend printing them one-sided, color if possible, full page slides. So what I mean is go to File, Print, and you want them to be full page slides. Get them as big as you can. So full page slide and color. Now if you can't print them in color, they're definitely not as eye-catchy, but you can still tell what all the objects are. I also recommend laminating them or putting them on like card paper, just so you have them forever. And they'll look nice and professional. They won't just be, pieces of paper. So those are the L flashcards. Now let's take a look at the I Spy scavenger hunt. So with those flashcards, you learned, that this was laugh and this was lick, lips, love. I know that's a little abstract for a heart to mean love, but you can always refer, once you've went through these flashcards one time, you'll know what all those words mean. But anyway, I spy, so like I spy something green. Oh, is it the leaning tree? No. Is it the long trunk on this tree? No. Is it the llama? How about the lime? Oh, it wouldn't have been the llama. Well, he's got grass in the background. But anyway, you guys know how to play I Spy. We also have scavenger hunt. These little cards are labeled. I'm going to duplicate this slide real quick, which I'll explain in a second, just so I don't mess up my master copy. But like when you're going through these, loud, volume. So let's see. Oh, I really hid this one. Where is it? We're doing this. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the reason I put volume in parentheses is so that you're looking, you're looking for like the volume symbol. I have, long. You're looking for a neck, a long neck. I probably even could have put giraffe, but like I said, after you go through those flashcards once, you'll know what each abstract, adjective or concept, what object it's referring to, but the long neck. You're looking for a lifeguard, lifeguards. Laugh, I put emoji, so it's the laughing emoji, because laugh, I had to get a little abstract to have a scavenger hunt. I don't want to just have nouns on here. I want to have words that children, high frequency words. So laugh is something they're going to say all the time. They need to practice that word. Or I think it would benefit them to practice it. But anyway, let me go ahead and delete this duplicate. Okay, so the reason I did that, I actually made a suggestion at the beginning. You want to duplicate your slide or copy copy, then paste, because if not, you're going to mess up your original slide, and then you're going to have to put everything back, which can be annoying. So author just recommends, you know, duplicating it. And I would actually always have like a master copy. I would, you know, let me pull it up to show you how I would do it. So here's my I Spy game. I would actually copy this whole thing, and then I'd paste it, and I might save this as, I'm going to rename it. I'm right clicking every time I make that drop down box come down. I might put the word master at the beginning of this, because if I don't, you know, oh, it can't be saved because it's open. This is a silly thing. Okay, so I'm going to X out of it. Now save it. Try again. You can't copy something, save it, rename it if it's open. It's just a funny thing about PowerPoint. But anyway, so now I have my master copy that I will never make changes to, because this is if I really mess something up. I cut something or delete something I don't want to delete and I can't undo it for some reason. I saved it after it was deleted. Something was deleted. So I've got my master copy, and then I've got my, you know, my one I play with. And I put that word master in front, so I just, you know, I know. But anyway, I'm going to cut that out. That was just a little tip. You don't have to use it if you don't want. All right, so we went over that. Let's look at Articulation Sorry. So Articulation Sorry, or some people call it aggravation. Point of the game is to get all your pieces around the board and get them home. And while you're doing it, you can be practicing your words. So, you know, you roll a 1 or a 6 with your die, and leg, let's say we rolled a 5. Leg, log, lobster, light, leopard. You can do it that way, or you can have the student say leg, 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 log, 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 lobster, lobster, lobster. You know, it depends on how many trials you're trying to get out of this game. I usually do 1, and then maybe at the end, if we're racing through the game, I might, you know, have more trials, but that's up to you. On the L pack, I don't know if listeners have viewed the S and Z packet video or the R packet video. I just want to tell you that the L packet has more images than those two. Specifically, it has more images than the R, because a lot of students that are trying to master L may not have mastered reading at this point. So I wanted to include a lot of pictures. So you'll see I have a board without pictures, with pictures, without pictures, with pictures. So depending on the reading level of your student, you'll have the option to use images, so you don't have to say what each thing is. Like, you know, on this they'd have to be repeating after you every time, and you're trying to see how they're producing it, you know, by themselves. So they'll say, oh, that's an elephant, a ruler, a wallet, a dollar, an umbrella. So you get it. I wanted to include more pictures with L, because that's, I mean, in my experience, that's typically like your kindergartners and your first graders, sometimes your second graders, but I mean, that definitely happens. Okay, when you're playing Sorry, you can either play with a physical die, so you can have a die in your pocket and have your student have a die, and you guys can roll and play on either your laptop or however you load this up on your computer. Or you can use a virtual die, so I want to show you how that would work. So let's say you pull up a virtual die. You're playing with that. Oh, let's let it actually roll. The die is going nice and slow. 3. Okay, so you have to roll a 1 or a 6 to leave home. I can't leave home yet. Let's see if I can roll a 1 or a 6. Oh, let's keep it going. We're gonna pretend that's a 1. Okay, so then I got out, and then I click back to my die. I was trying to show you, you guys have to click back and forth. So you get the number. Okay, I rolled a 2. Elephant, elephant, elephant. Ruler, ruler, ruler. All right, now it's Red's turn. This site, I am not affiliated with them, but I really like this dice site. Let me show it to you guys. It's eslkidsgames.com. I like this site because it's meant for, the ads are always appropriate. Like, I've pulled up a dice site where the ads were a little out there, and I don't want to pull that up in front of students. You never know what you're going to get on those ads. So these ads, I feel like, are a little more, I feel like they're clean and targeted. That's just my experience. But if you want to avoid all that, just bring a physical die in. That's Artic Sorry. Let's take a look at Chinese Checkers. Oh no, let's take a look at, we can look at Chinese Checkers first. Same deal. You'll have your ones with words, and then down here you'll have ones with pictures. Let me show you, like right here. So this one's kind of abstract. This was loud again, large, lump, long as in long neck, lungs, lick. So you're going through all these, and then when they're all down here, okay, so you've went through all of them, and you want to put them back, you can either Control Z, and that brings them back, Control Z, or undo button, or you can just manually put them, or you can do, you can duplicate slide, play on that slide, the duplicated slide, and when that's all over, you go ahead and delete it. Another method would be that you can actually copy the whole slide. So copy it. Then let's go ahead and open up a new presentation. This is so you don't mess up your master. And then when you paste, always do keep source formatting. You don't want to paste using destination theme because it'll change the color of things, it'll change the shape. Keep source formatting. And now we have this board. We still have our master. That's all safe. We had just copied the slide that we wanted. We go to this blank slide that we started. There it is. And you can even label it with the student's name. So I want to play this game with Sam. So Sam, she picked blue. And how about I picked orange so that we're across from each other. And I just put that label there so that you can keep track of who's who. Let's say you make a mistake. Like I want to grab G to 57, but instead I accidentally grabbed the whole board. Oh no, now we're in a pickle. You have two options. You can either hit this arrow right here, which will put the board right back, or let's say we moved it, you can hit Control Z on your keyboard. I put that right here. Control Z is going to be your best friend. When you're working with digital materials, you can make mistakes very easily, like moving the board, and it can become frustrating. Don't let it become frustrating. Just hit Control Z when you move the wrong piece, because let's say I do move the board. Oh no, now I've got to very carefully, line it back up, and I mean, look how aggravating and how long this is taking, and your kid's just looking at you and they're like, what are you doing? So I just like to Control Z. That'll get the board right back where you want it. Also, only move objects with the four-pointed cursor. This goes for Artic Sorry, Checkers, Chinese Checkers, whatever you're playing. Only move an object when it has this four-pointed cursor. So like, I can't move that with the line cursor. I have to wait. Okay, there's the four-pointer. Okay, there's the four-pointer. Okay, there's the four-pointer. So you guys get the point. And I'm going to Control Z that back into place. Alright, so this was just an example, and we could have taken, instead of messing with our sorry board right here, you see I was messing with my master copy just now. Instead of doing that, let's go ahead and copy one of those. We're going to go to our blank presentation. You can just have this presentation, and you could save it at the end of the day, or you can delete it at the end of the day. But if you don't finish a game with Sam, you're going to want to save this presentation as, let's say, Sam 8/8/2022, so that I know to pick up tomorrow or whenever her next session is. Okay, so let's go ahead and paste, and we're going to keep source formatting. Okay, and now we have this game that we were playing with Larry earlier, and it's saved in this new presentation. And I would just hit File, Save As. I'm just going to save it as my desktop, because I'm probably going to, obviously delete this right after. In progress games. Save. Okay, so here's my in progress games. So, you know, you can keep this going until, and let's say the game's finished. Larry won. You know, Larry got all the way across, and I only ever rolled a one time, and I only got about this far. The game's over. I can just cut that slide or delete it, and I don't have to save it in my in progress file. But I just think that's a good way to manage your materials. All right. So we went over Sorry. We went over Chinese checkers. Let's take a look at articulation checkers, just regular checkers. Cats versus dogs. If you've seen the S&Z video or the R video, this is going to seem really familiar to you. Cats versus dogs. Your defeat is certain. We'll see, cat. So each player picks a side. Do they want to be the cute little dog, or they want to be this creepy little cat, whatever they want to be. I usually actually have the student be red, actually be the dog. The reason being, if they're willing, the reason being is to keep them spatially oriented. Like, I want them to be able to say leopard, lean, or leopard, 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 left, left, left. I don't want them to have to, like, think upside down. Like, I feel like they're trying to concentrate on their sounds, and to be strategic coming from the top, I feel like that's harder. So I'll usually have the student be red, and if they don't want to be the dog, well, I'll just take this, and the dogs, it turns out, are blue, and the cats are red. So now they're a cat. When they take somebody out, let's say this is here, and they jump from lawnmower to list, well, that blue piece is going to go to the cat box instead of the dog pound. But you see, just manipulate it to how your student's going to be happy. I'm going to Control Z all this because I'm on my master copy making a mess. There we go. So what should I have done? I should have copied it, pasted it into my in progress games. You don't want to mess up your master. Player 2 and player 1. The reason I have this here, put the names of the player. Like, you're going to want to put that this is Mrs. Varner, and that this is Sam. The reason being is you're trying to control the behaviors of the student, you're trying to take data, you're trying to also just pay attention and play the game. You have a lot going on as the SLP, so by having these labels, let's say these pieces are all over the board, they're everywhere. You don't, up is down, down is up. What color am I? You know? So by having these labels, you can glance, oh, Mrs. Varner, I'm blue. That's just a little helper for you. I've been in the middle of taking, you know, like lots and lots of trials, and I just forgot what color I am. So I find that helpful. It's a 2-second thing at the very beginning that'll keep you organized. See that Control Z coming to the rescue again. There's a couple boards. Words and pictures. So you see, these boards are the same, just one has pictures, one has words. Very end, we've got good game. Keep up that good sportsmanship. We had kind of pitted the dogs against the cats, but in the name of, you know, good sportsmanship, I've got that good game slide. These slides are printable. That's why there's no game pieces on them. You can print them out and laminate them. You can use real chess pieces or checker pieces, or you can use these little ones I've provided. I would probably, if you're going to print these out, I would recommend, you know, probably using real physical pieces. All right. What have we not went over? Sorry, checkers, Chinese checkers, the flashcards. Oh, we did go over I Spy and scavenger hunt. By the way, on that, make sure you copy that slide, and then when you paste it, keep source formatting. Do that. You don't want to mess up, you know, because once you start moving all these images around, you're going to have to re-hide them. It's just a little cumbersome. Reward games. I include this with all the articulation workbooks. Just, you know, in the last 2 minutes of the session, they did really good. Well, do you want to play, you know, tic-tac-toe, or do you want to play Connect 4? On the Connect 4, I added numbers to make it easier. If the student is not controlling the mouse, like you want to stay in control the whole time, they can say, well, where do you want to put your red? Row 2 or column 2. Okay, well, I'm going to put my yellow in 7. I want to put my red in 3. Okay, well, then that means I'm putting my yellow in 4. You get it. If you didn't have these numbers here, they would have to just keep touching your screen, pointing with their finger, and I don't know, just for the sake of your computer not getting jabbed a bunch. There's other reward games, or you can even just use them in conjunction with your flashcards. Print your flashcards out here, and then every time they take a turn on like this game, so let's say they roll with our little virtual die or their physical die, they rolled a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they got 1 banana, so we're going to add that banana to their blue basket. How many times do you want them to say the word? Was it, lips, 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 or whatever card you're on? Lobster, 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 or do you want them to just have a set number? They say it, that's up to you, but these games are kind of cute, and I know for a fact your kids have never played them because I made them up. So we've got Banana Bonanza, Race to the Bath, Picnic Adventure, and then this is just a rip-off of Banana Bonanza, but it involves birds and worms going into the basket. And you just race into who has the most worms by the end of the game. One more thing to show you. We're through with the PowerPoints. I've got some coloring pages. I think there's something like 14 or 15 of these little coloring bucket games. I think it might be 14. Let me see. Yeah, it's 14. And what they do is you roll the die. You could take turns, 2 students or you and the student. You each pick a different colored crayon or marker, whatever you're using. So they roll a 1, nail, 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 and they can color it in as they go. And then you roll, 2, oval, oval, oval. The game gets a little competitive when a row fills up or a column fills up because, all these buckets are all colored in. And now you roll another 1. Well, you don't have a bucket to color. You kind of lose your turn. So that means that the other player is now getting the advantage of coloring potentially in another bucket. So by the end of the game, maybe there was, 10 blue buckets, but only 9 red buckets. Well, blue won. So it's a coloring game, but it's a fun coloring game. And then at the very end, I had these little fill-in-the-blank stories, just 2 of them. I just threw them in because I happened to make them, and they were pertaining to the L sound. So the student goes through and picks these words. So first practice at the word level. Lucky, 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 lucky. Like, do you want them to say it 5 times? Then they pick limes, 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 limes. Lollipops, 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 lollipops. That's a good one. The mixed L, by the way. This is mixed L, a little more advanced. And then when they're done practicing at the word level, either you read them the story with the fill in the blank or they read it. So do you want them to practice L while reading at the sentence level? There once was a dog named Lucy. She was a lucky dog and loved her family. Her favorite foods were lemons and lollipops. So it's a funny little story of their own creation. Well, I think that's everything. If you guys are still with me, thank you for bearing with me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to check out my site, slpmaterialgirl.com, this pack is for purchase, and I will leave a link below if you're interested in buying it. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.